However, does married life appear a little boring to you? Does it seem uninteresting? A touch sedate? No, I've visible thrilling marriages and I have seen no longer exciting marriages. Do you love them? Pardon me. Do you like me? All of us keep in mind him as Jack from Enormous. Young, fearless, and hopelessly in love. However, Leonardo DiCaprio is greater than simply that unforgettable position. Over time, he has become one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Oscars, hit movies, purple carpet moments. He has accomplished it all. However, at the same time as his profession soared, his private lifestyle stayed complex, mainly while it came to love. At 50, Leo has dated supermodels, walked away from extreme relationships, and averted one huge question. Why has he by no means married? Properly, the wait is over. For the primary time, DiCaprio finally stalks the actual purpose in the back of his lifelong choice. Join us as we take a look at his non-public existence and find the honest reality at the back of why Leonardo DiCaprio says he'll by no means stroll down the aisle. From a small residence in L. to global stardom, Leonardo DiCaprio became born on November 11, 1974 in La, California. He was the only child of Malene, a felony secretary, and George DiCaprio, an artist. They met in college and later moved to Los Angeles after graduating. Leonardo got his call while his mom felt him kick for the primary time while looking at a Leonardo da Vinci portrait in an Italian museum. While Leonardo changed into just a child, his dad and mom separated. George had fallen in love with every other lady and moved out, however both parents still desired to raise him, so that they lived in side-by-side homes with a shared lawn. George stayed with his female friend and her son, Adam Ferrer. Leonardo had become near Adam or even appeared up to him. As Leonardo grew up, he and his mother moved around La, consisting of a community called Los Feliz. 02:16. Leonardo once stated that his mother and father had been very bohemian. He additionally shared that he grew up in a hard area surrounded by crime and poverty. Nevertheless, he always trendy and trusted his parents. He went to 3 colleges, including the La Middle for enriched research and John Marshall excessive faculty. But Leonardo failed to revel in everyday school. What he truly desired was to behave, dreaming bigger than the lecture room. As a kid, Leonardo dreamed of becoming a marine biologist or an actor. He picked appearing due to the fact he loved appearing. He liked copying human beings, making faces, and seeing how others reacted. His love for appearing began younger. He stated it began whilst he changed into just 2 years vintage and danced on degree at a festival making people smile. Leonardo's interest grew when he noticed his stepbrother Adam get paid for a television business. That activity made Adam $50,000 and Leo noticed what turned into viable. He later attempted to act on the children's show Romper Room, however he says he got kicked off for being too disruptive. The host, however, denied this story. At one point, Leonardo almost gave up performing to attention on breakdancing after prevailing 2D vicinity in a contest in Germany. By means of age 14, he got his first actual task, an industrial for Matchbox vehicles. That opened doorways, and shortly he did ads for Kraft Singles, Applejacks, and Bubble Yum. But getting there wasn't easy. He spent a year and a half searching for an agent. One agent even instructed him to change his call to Lenny Williams to sound extra American. He refused. With his dad's aid, he stored trying. Subsequently, a circle of relatives' buddy helped him get observed with the aid of casting directors, and soon Leo landed around 20 classified ads. Starting small, thinking big. Leonardo's first actual appearing activity came in 1989. He played Glenn in episodes of The New Lassie. From there, he were given some small parts, along with In Santa Barbara and a show referred to as The Outsiders. His large ruin got here while he joined the television collection Parenthood, in which he played Gary Buckman, a bothered teenager. He took the function severely and studied Phoenix's overall performance from the unique movie. His paintings on Parenthood and Santa Barbara earned him 2 Children and Film Award nominations. Around the same time, he seemed on a game display known as Funhouse, wherein he had to do humorous stunts like catching a fish together with his enamel. At the same time as a young actor, Leo changed into complete of strength and usually prepared to entertain. In 1991, Leonardo made his movie debut in Critters 3, a horror movie. He later joked that it become one of the worst films ever and no longer something he become happy with. That same year, he played Luke Brower, a homeless kid, on the television display Developing Pains. The producers employed him to usher in younger visitors, especially ladies. Actress Joanna Carnes said Leonardo turned into clever, playful, and preferred to funny story round. Despite the fact that the rankings did not improve, Leo nevertheless earned every other award nomination for his performance, Incomes Admire in Hollywood. In 1992, Leo had a tiny part in Poison Ivy. But something lots larger got here next. He became selected by means of Robert Dyro to superstar on This Boy's Life, based totally on the real story of writer Tobias Wolff. Leo performed Toby, a stricken teen with a hard stepfather. Dyro performed the stepdad. It was a difficult position and Leo had loads to examine. Director Michael Caton-Jones stated Leo did not recognize the way to act on a real set at first, so he used a strict style to educate him. Leo took the lesson seriously. The movie earned reward, especially for the way Leo confirmed his individual's increase. Critics had been impressed and this boy's existence became the film that made human beings start noticing him. However, he wasn't finished yet. Only a year later, he gave a powerful overall performance in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where he performed a boy with developmental disabilities. That function got him his first Academy Award nomination. People have been amazed by means of how actual and emotional his performing turned into. Leonardo saved climbing. He starred inside the romantic films Romeo plus Juliet in 1996 and Vast in 1997. Each were huge hits, especially Vast, which became the best-grossing movie of that time. It made him a worldwide celeb. All people knew who Leonardo DiCaprio changed into. Enthusiasts loved him, however he failed to want to be caught playing the romantic guy forever. So, he took a smash and got here again with a brand new plan. He desired to strive special roles. In 2002, he starred in Catch Me If You May and Gangs of Recent York. That second movie became the primary time he worked with director Martin Scorsese. They later made many movies together and became a sturdy crew. Leo saved taking over extreme roles. He played a bothered businessman within The Aviator 2004, a diamond smuggler in Blood Diamond 2006, and a police officer within The Departed, 2006. Each function confirmed a new facet of him. In 2008, he played a married guy in Crisis in Progressive Street. His acting changed into usually deep and excessive. Within the 2010s, he saved going sturdy. He starred in Inception, Django Unchained, and The Wolf of Wall Street. In 2015, he sooner or later won an Oscar for The Revenant, wherein he performed a frontiersman preventing to live on. He later regarded in As Soon as Upon a Time in Hollywood and Don't Look Up. Most recently, he starred in Killers of the Flower Moon in 2023. Past the screen, Leonardo did not simply prevent at performing. He began an enterprise called Ion Way Productions. It helped produce a lot of his films and a TV series known as Greensburg. He also have become recognized for something else, protecting the planet. He created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation to raise recognition about the surroundings. In 2005, France gave him a big honor, making him a Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters for his paintings in the arts. And in 2016, Time magazine named him one of the 100 maximum influential humans inside the global. He additionally became a United International Locations Messenger of Peace. Meaning he speaks out on international issues, particularly weather alternate. Through the years, he have become a symbol of the usage of fame for something bigger. In 2022, fans voted him as one of the 50 finest actors of all time in a Empire Readers poll. But behind all the repute and fulfillment, there has been continually one aspect humans saved questioning. Why has Leonardo DiCaprio in no way been married? That question observed him everywhere. And now at 50, Leo is finally ready to reply it. However, to recognize the entire context, permits take a closer study his relationships from the start. The actor who dated the sector's maximum well-known girls. Leonardo DiCaprio has continually made headlines. Whether or not it is for his films or his love existence, ever due to the fact he rose to reputation in great, people have been curious approximately who he's courting. Through the years, he's been connected to many 9AF3F374C588C9DCDD1F10256FA5 girls, specifically fashions and actresses. And yes, it's turned out to be something of a sample. One of the earliest names related to him changed into Bridget Hull. She became a famous Victoria's mystery model in the 90s. The two have been regularly seen together at activities lower back in 1994. Although they did not speak a whole lot about it, people believed she changed into Leo's first model girlfriend. Then came Naomi Campbell, every other well-known famous model. Their rumored romance happened within the mid-90s. It did not ultimate lengthy, but what is exciting is they stayed near friends. Even years later, they have been noticed visiting collectively and displaying up at charity events. In 2015, rapper 50 Cent published a photo saying, "I get photobombed by using the freshest human beings in the global. You ought to attempt residing without limits with both Campbell and DiCaprio inside the image." After that, he dated Kristen Zong, a version he took to the premiere of Romeo plus Juliet in 1996, however the couple broke up just earlier than Great came out and modified Leo's life forever. Speaking of which, matters were given a touch uncertain when Demi Moore entered the photograph. The two had been noticed collectively in 1997, but Moore became nevertheless married to Bruce Willis on the time. There may be no solid proof that they had been in a relationship, but humans could not assist but communicate. After which there was Helena Christensen, some other big name from the modeling global. They had been frequently visible at parties together around the time Sizable changed into Launched. Once more, there has been no affirmation from either side, so a few consider they were simply pals. DiCaprio's love existence failed to stop there. In reality, the following couple of years had been full of short romances and rumors that kept his call within the spotlight. Quick romances and unconfirmed rumors. Amber Valletta changed into one of these rumored flames. In line with gossip at the time, Leo noticed her photograph in a mag and requested his human beings to get in contact along with her. That sounds like something immediately out of a movie. But much like many of his relationships, it turned into never showed. Valletta later married an Olympic athlete and then a finance expert. Any other name that got here up turned into Eva Herzegova, a Czech version. They reportedly had a short 2-month romance after meeting at the premiere of The Person in the Iron Masks. But later, Eva denied whatever romantic ever occurred. The first long-time period dating that were given actual attention became with Gisele Bündchen. The two dated for approximately 6 years from 1999 to 2005. This turned into one among Leo's greater critical relationships. The couple even visited the Amazon rainforest collectively in 2004 to convey interest to environmental troubles. Gisele once shared her aspect of the story in her 2018 ebook, Instructions, My Course to a Significant Lifestyles. She wrote, "Now not numbing myself with smoking, consuming, and too much work. I used to be becoming more and more conscious of things that I might selected now not to examine. Was I alone in wanting to do some severe soul-searching at the same time as he stayed the identical? Ultimately, alas, the solution became yes." Gisele later married NFL superstar Tom Brady and started a family, however her time with Leo nonetheless remains one among his most 9AF3F374C588C9DCDD1F10256FA5 relationships. Extra models and some famous faces. Subsequent came Bar Ray F.A., another huge name inside the modeling international. The two met at a celebration in Las Vegas and dated on and rancid for 5 years. They had been even seen sitting courtside at a Lakers game in 2010. Their courting resulted in might also 2011. In a magazine interview, Rafili shared how the breakup helped her develop, and he or she stated, "I came to recognize lots of factors about myself. I labored on myself and I grew up. I failed to recognize what alone changed into like. Today, I realize that a dating campaign's most effective if you realize you may be on my own and you are not afraid." At some stage in a break from Raffaele, DiCaprio dated and Violentina, a Russian model who labored with Victoria's Secret and Sports Activities Illustrated. Their romance did not ultimate long, and later went on to marry singer Adam Levine. In 2011, fanatics have been surprised whilst DiCaprio commenced relationship Blake Lively, the megastar of Gossip Lady. Their romance was speedy and severe. They have been seen on a yacht together in Cannes and additionally spotted in locations like Italy, New York, or even Australia. The manufacturer of Gossip Female, Joshua Safran, shared a fun memory from that point. He said Blake became relationship DiCaprio on the time, and he or she had this aspect wherein she had a doll that she took images of that she dispatched to Leo. It became her manner of documenting existence earlier than Instagram was even a component. And as the years went by, Leonardo DiCaprio's courting history stored developing, with younger fashions being a not unusual thread. Greater romances inside the more current years. In 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio turned into visible driving bikes in the Big Apple City with Erin Heatherton, a Victoria's Mystery version. It really is all it took for the relationship rumors to begin. Even though they didn't closing long, it appears the breakup wasn't bitter. That asserts lots. The subsequent year in 2013, Leo's name was related to Miranda Kerr, another Victoria's Secret model. She had lately split from actor Orlando Bloom. The two have been spotted at a dinner with buddies in Las Vegas, but before everybody may want to name it a romance, people near them said it become only a friendly dinner. Miranda later married tech billionaire Evan Spiegel and became a mother of two. Additionally, in 2013, a Brazilian model named Kat Torres claimed she was dating DiCaprio. She stated they met at KN, and in an interview she shared, "Leo is excellent, but I fear approximately what he will reflect on consideration on me speak me to you. We have a PC that nothing can ever be stated approximately our courting." However, quickly after her words went public, reviews got here out denying the relationship. In step with E! News, Leo and Kat have been never a pair. Up to now, it is clear Leonardo's relationships both live very quiet or spark a bunch of questions. However, there has been more to return. Fashions, red carpets, and rumors that just may not die. In 2014, Leo became in a relationship with Toni Guerin, a German B-born version who additionally walked the runway for Victoria's Mystery. The two dated quietly for approximately 18 months earlier than they broke up in December. Toni finally married actor Alex Pettyfer in 2020, sharing their wedding pictures from her homeland of Hamburg. Some years after their breakup in September 2017, images confirmed Leo and Toni on foot together in Big Apple after dinner. A few wondered in the event that they have been relationship again, but it seemed like they had been simply catching up as vintage friends. Not anything extra ever got here out of it. Then in 2015, DiCaprio turned into noticed getting close to Kelly Rohrbach, an actress satisfactory known for her role in Baywatch. They had been seen sitting collectively at the United States Open or even driving bikes in Big Apple City. Much like a lot of his past relationships, this one also stayed personal. But the paparazzi did not miss a beat. Then got here the wildest rumor of all, Rihanna. In 2016, the singer and the actor have been visible collectively at Coachella. They have been additionally spotted at parties in Paris and at Rihanna's birthday afterparty in 2017. The rumors grew so massive that a French tabloid claimed Leo had gotten Rihanna pregnant. That tale was completely false. DiCaprio even took prison motion and received the case. There was no clean answer if the two were ever a real couple, however fanatics certain cherished seeing them within the same body. In July 2016, Leo began courting Nina Agdal, a version from Denmark. She turned into 24 at the time, and their relationship regarded a chunk greater open than others. With the 8th of October that year, reviews stated matters had been getting extreme. However, like many others before her, Nina's time with Leo came to an stop quietly without drama or public fallout. After which got here Camila Morrone. This courting lasted longer than maximum, about 5 years. It really is nearly a report in DiCaprio's love existence. Camila, an actress and model, became 20 years old after they began relationship around overdue 2017. Leo had nevertheless been spotted with Nina in May additionally that 12 months, but via the give-up of it, Camila became clearly the one with the aid of his aspect. Their dating got a variety of interest, frequently because of the age gap. Human beings online mentioned it continuously. Camila failed to stay silent. In 2019, she posted a video on Instagram and said, "I just examined a number of the remarks on my Instagram, and my God, humans are so in complete of anger with human beings they recognize nothing about." She delivered, "Residing without hatred feels pretty suitable." That identical 12 months, she additionally spoke to the Times. Camila said, "There may be such a lot of relationships in Hollywood and within the history of the world in which humans have large age gaps. I just think everybody ought to have the ability to date who they want to date." On the same time, she admitted, "I in all likelihood could be curious approximately it, too." One touching detail, she as soon as published a photograph of herself at Kofi Record in Thailand, the identical island in which DiCaprio filmed The Seashore returned in 1999. And even though the couple attended the 2020 Oscars one at a time, they sat next to each other inside the venue. By August 2022, reviews said that they had long gone their separate ways. After 5 years collectively, Leo and Camila referred to as it quits. However, it wasn't the cease of humans trying to link Leo to someone new. The She Hadid chapter. After DiCaprio and Camila break up, all eyes became to Gigi Hadid. Rumors spread speedy. Human beings started out to say the two have been secretly relationship. Paparazzi followed their each pass and headlines saved stoning up. But sources near Leo in the end spoke up. One source informed the Daily Mail they tried relationship a while in the past to peer if there can be whatever there, but there simply wasn't. The source defined that Leo and Gigi had been friends for a long time, but not anything romantic got here out of it. They also added they may be no longer in an open relationship without a strings attached. Human beings just want to allow this move. Neither Leo nor XGI have ever commented publicly on the rumors. And now Gigi is in a relationship with actor Bradley Cooper. So changed into there's something real among Leo and Gigi. In line with folks that know them, no, simply friendship and nothing more. However, with DiCaprio, memories usually appear to develop. His non-public life has stayed just that, non-public. Or even while the world watches intently, he hardly ever speaks up approximately who his relationship or why he continues matters low-key. However, currently, one name has stood out from the rest. A person who appears to be greater than simply every other headline. After years of quick flings and quiet breakups, DiCaprio's modern-day relationship has people speaking for a one-of-a-kind motive. Leonardo DiCaprio and Victoria Ceriti. In 2023, Leonardo DiCaprio became first connected to Victoria, a 9AF3F374C588C9DCDD1F10256FA5 version from Italy. The two reportedly met for the duration of the premiere of Killers of the Flower Moon on the Cannes Film Pageant and might also. Now not lengthy once they have been visible spending time together in Nida, which simplest fueled the courting rumors. Victoria, who commenced modeling on the younger age of 14, has worked with massive fashion brands like Versace, Gucci, Balenciaga, and Alexander McQueen. She's been part of the fashion global for years and has made quite a call for herself. Before Assembly DiCaprio, she turned into married to Italian DJ Matteo Milleri, however their marriage led to 2023. After her cut-up, matters regarded to move speedy among her and DiCaprio. Then got here even more sightings. Halloween events, the Rolling Stones live performance in Las Vegas, a trip to Artwork Basel in Miami, and even DiCaprio's 49th birthday celebration in L.A. In September, Page 6 shared photographs of DiCaprio and Sarati spending time along with his mother. This moment made people think that the connection began getting serious. When a person meets the family, human beings begin thinking, may want to this be the only? But of course, with Leonardo DiCaprio, it is by no means that easy. What insiders are saying about marriage. Even though Victoria and Leo seem to revel in every other's corporation, insiders accept as true with marriage isn't always in his destiny. In step with sources, despite the fact that he's besotted with the aid of her, DiCaprio nonetheless would not experience the need to make anything legitimate through marriage. A source advised Page 6, Leo doesn't see himself ever getting married. He would not sense the want to tie the knot to make matters reliable in his eyes. In addition, they delivered that he simply likes being with Sarati and enjoys their dating, but in terms of turning into a husband, he simply would not envision himself in that role. That information won't take a seat well with all and sundry. Some other insiders shared that Victoria is on an undertaking to turn out to be Mrs. DiCaprio. She's not simply any lady friend. She's making an investment inside the dating on each level. She is proving she's very invested in gaining knowledge of and love him on every degree. She's no longer just every other trophy girlfriend, said the Supply to In Touch Weekly. They added something thrilling. She's absolutely playing this thoroughly due to the fact Leo has a very geeky facet and every person that is going to last long time in his lifestyles has to be supportive of that. So, at the same time as Leo is understood for his cool Hollywood picture, it appears he additionally has a quieter, more non-public facet. And Sarati might simply be the form of girl who is aware that. Nevertheless, if she's hoping for marriage, insiders say that might be a war she can't win. No ring, but lots of public moments. Humans simply commenced to speculate when Victoria became noticed carrying a diamond ring. Some fanatics concept it meant Leo had proposed, but that wasn't actual. The hoop had been a part of her earrings collection considering 2022, earlier than she even met DiCaprio. Having said that, lovers joked online that maybe Leo turned into in the end equipped to settle down. He hit 50 and realized that it turned into ultimately time to settle down. LOL, one character joked. However, according to the ones near him, marriage nonetheless is not something DiCaprio needs. And this is not a brand new concept. He has dated many high-profile girls. Gisele Bündchen, Bar Raffaelli, Camila, but he's never been close to getting married. Every time a dating got severe, something usually held him again. Despite the fact that he is now in his 50s, the pattern appears to hold. His dating with Victoria Sarati can be special, and sure, it's lasted longer than many expected, but that does not mean a wedding is coming. And for the ones questioning if fatherhood is probably in his future, nicely, that's every other story. Turning 50 and thinking about the future. Leonardo DiCaprio turned 50 on November 11, 2024. This is a massive milestone for all people. And for a person who's been inside the spotlight for goodbye, human beings evidently began to invite what's next. Exceedingly, DiCaprio has stated that fatherhood remains something he needs. In a current interview, he stated, "I am certain it'll be, however it is authentic. I am no longer getting any younger." This is the first time he's in reality opened up approximately looking kids. It might not imply marriage is coming, but it does show he is thinking about existence otherwise now. Still, folks who know him well say the identical aspect. They do not count on him to get married. One source instructed The Sun, Leo's true passion is performing. Relationships often take a back seat due to the fact he fully immerses himself in each position, making him highly a success. It is the pattern human beings have visible for years. He dates younger ladies. He enjoys his time with them. However, whilst matters begin to get serious, his awareness shifts lower back to his career. There is one factor anybody is of the same opinion on, even though Leonardo DiCaprio is a committed actor. Returned when he was simply starting out, he labored with Robert De Niro at the film This Boy's Lifestyles. That enjoy changed how he saw performing. DiCaprio once informed the mother or father, I watched his work, realized the caliber of actor that he changed into, and stated to myself, I will never squander this possibility. And he never did. That identical determination is what driven him to the pinnacle of Hollywood. It's also what may have stored him from settling down. So, even though fans and the media hold asking when DiCaprio will subsequently get married, the answer is probably never. He's glad with Victoria. He enjoys spending time together with her. But in his eyes, marriage just isn't necessary. What do you consider Leonardo DiCaprio's private lifestyles? Will ever exchange his mind approximately marriage? Proportion your thoughts in the comments under. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for greater terrific stories from Hollywood's charming history. See you subsequent time.